Alright, chamfers. Chamfers to SOLIDWORKS are not flashy fillets. Some of the similar exist, such as the propagation tangent edge and selecting edge of the looped edge of the round of the table, the ability, full, partial, non-previously finished feature. Many of the back practices is idea. Fillets apply the chamfer 743 from the property manager for chamfers. Select chamfer using either angle the distance with the two distant values for most common situation method. If the adequate situation becomes less definite with creating chamfers between faith and not right angle with one another may not even be planar situation and requires some experimentation, correcting geometry. Working with chamfer faces, it has these different geometries and then the chamfer types, items, and the faces, tangent, full, partial, preview, parameters, flip, direction, radius, and the dimension, chamfer options like through faces. Or creating an asymmetrical chamfer. When you create chamfers at an angle other than 45 degrees, you can flip the direction option of the control of the feature. Important note that difference between the directional control angle the chamfer from this face with the indirectional control angle of chamfer from the other face. Indirect control is essentially trial and error. If you do not want like what you're given automatically, you can try the other option. Flip direction option direction all the chamfers being created with a particular feature for the object important only when you have chamfers being at an angle that is not 45 degrees. Unequal distance, in this case the distance to distance chamfer in some situation with the default direction more single edge if they're going the opposite direction. You have the only recourse with create multiple chamfer feature for the control but they're independently with the most interesting function chamfer tool vertex chamfer shown in figure 744 chamfer for corner equal distance along the edge. This feature can also be only used when the corner three edges come together in standard block corners. On this website, click the download Wiley website video tutorial sample parts for this chapter. Show the chamfer and applying the corner chamfer right here in the vertex, fully partiable, no review, equal distances, dimension 1, 2, and 3. Chamfer option selection through the base and keep the feature. Switch between fillet and chamfer features. Switching feature filter and fillets and chamfers is now possible, although it has limited limitations. Still start with the two feature for different icons interface only with a switch. Feature start with a chamfer. You can now chamfer the feature start with a chamfer into a fillet, and you can also, however, the change of fillet to a chamfer back to a fillet. You may notice that you can make the change of the fillet to a chamfer until the fillet feature has been finished and edited. So you have the create the fillet, click the green market, check icon to finish the feature, right click and edit the feature only when you are presented with the chamfer icon top of the property manager in 745. This may seem odd because you can still switch the constant size fillet with a variable fillet size fillet, but you can change the constant size fillet to a chamfer. You also cannot change from a variable size fillet to a chamfer. Another change with the terminology constant radius to constant size. Probably because the fillet profile isn't itself can have multiple radius. Fillet changes the chamfer's retain automatically assign fillet name, but they get the chamfer icon. You may surmise from SOLIDWORKS preparing merge fillet and chamfers a new feature called edge break, but this is a conjecture. May be incorrect because of the unpredictable nature of the change. You must be better if you just continue working separate filter and chamfer features as you have been trying to ignore what appear in complete change of fillet and chamfer tools. Changing fillet to a chamfer, it's listed as a fillet. You can change the fillet type, feature type, item to fillet, selection, tangent, propagation, full menu, full preview. Our tutorial bracket casting. When you file the tutorial, encourage to file with the direction first to make sure they understand the concept involved through, and again, the time of the deviating instructions for the expanding understanding of the experimental with the try bracket casting following steps. For the new part, using inch-based templates, right and plane, draw a circle with the center of the original 1.5 inches, draw a second circle with 4 inches vertically on the first with a diameter of 2.25 inches. Exact sketch, make sure the Instant 3D is selected. Instant 3D icon feature select toolbar looks like a ruler with an arrow. Click the sketch in the graphics window with the pull of the Instant 3D arrow to create a solid with the edit with the feature right click with the left click of the feature either with the graphic window feature manager click. Edit feature icon with the yellow and green block with a handle point to it. Now enter the numbers hand with the extrude with the sketch of 1 inch using from the condition of the offset by 1 inch of the offset with the extrude depth in the same direction. Rename the feature bosses and feature manager. Figure 746 shows the result of these steps. The step procedure, multiple bodies will be merged in lighter steps. Multi-body parts are covered in the detail in Chapter 31, modeling multi-bodies. You can tell that there are multiple bodies by selecting solid bodies for their near top of the tree, expanding the folder. So the result is step 1, 2, and 3. We have these boss extruded offset direction 1 blind. Diameter on the top of the plane with the top view. Open the next sketch to draw the horizontal construction line across the cylinder. Midpoint one side of the mid of the other side. Pick up the automatic relation midpoints. More easily recommended that you orientate the view normal to sketch view of the top view. Does not matter if you use the relation for the top of the bottom cylinder by you. The midpoints and sides are in the same place for the projection sketch plane. 5. Draw an ellipse tool, sketch tool, ellipse center with a midpoint with the construction line with a measure 7/10 of an inch horizontally and 1.375 inches vertically. Remember horizontal line along the sketches originally with the vertical along with the long sketch origin arrow. Once then the relation between the center of the ellipse and one of the control points prevent the ellipse from rotating the fully defined sketch. Click to the sketch, satisfied with the result. Show the sketch of the boss feature with the click of the plus icon with the boss. Extrude with the sketch show the sketch thing. Right click on the sketch to show. Create the plane parallel with the top of the plane center. A large circle you can access the plane creation interface. Choosing interface insert reference geometry plane. Presenting the top plane flyout with a feature manager center with large sketch. For the circle with the graphics plane on the interface with the automatic creates with correct plane create. Click OK. Create the plane. Rename this top boss plane. Draw second ellipse top boss plane. Now draw the construction line as you did in the first ellipse. Instead, you now have the center point second ellipse directly on top of the first ellipse center point. Use top view again. The dimension should be 1 inch horizontal, 1 3/4 inch vertical. Figure 747 shows the result of using this option. When you're sketching parallel planes separated some distance, trying to pick up the automatic relation often help you look at normal sketching. You can see how the other edges project in the sketch plane. Note, using the loft feature between the two ellipses may select the ellipse if the automatically same location does not twist loft. The previously accidentally twist the connectors, light blue square dots on the sketches. They're connected by a straight line, straighten off the loft. Notice that the feature joined together with the other two disjoint bodies of the body that was created by the loft. The result, selecting merge result option panel. Tip: if you want to experiment with it, start in constraint panel, apply end conditions for the loft. The curve of the loft, change the straight and loft curve law. Right click all sketch of the display and select hide. Do not do the same with the top boss plane. Clean the display with the prevent becoming confused. However, if you prefer to say the sketch that they can leave them display, tip either hide the different types of any of the groups of the hide show menu of the hide all types of everything. Disable the option individual any types to be used. Open the sketch right plane. Sketch the ellipse structure of the center is 1 3/4 inch vertically with the origin ellipse of the mains of 3/4 inch horizontal and 1/2 inch vertically. Extrude the ellipse up to the next end condition up to the next does not appear with the list. Change the direction, extrude it, and try it again. Show the sketch for the ball feature with expanding feature. Click the plus sign next to it, right clicking, left clicking, sketch icon, clicking, hiding show on the eyeglasses. Next, open the sketch right plane. Sketch two circles on the concentric with the original circle with the dimension of 875,000 inch to 1 1/4 inches for that sketch. Use instant 3D to create extrude cut with the ghost through the large circle boss, and the feature will look like the boss extrusion. So with the finished dragging it into the tab. Small toolbar, two icons on the one of the icons enables you to add a draft, the other enables you to turn the boss cut into a cut. Figure 748 show the state of the model up to this step. Result of step 14. Start a fillet feature, select the face of the left feature of the sign radius of 2/10 of an inch. Although the fillet was created with the selected face is not a face fillet, selecting the face for a regular constant radius fillet simply fillets an edge of that on the face. 16. Create a mirror feature of the right plane with a mirror plane with a mirror property with expand with the body with the mirror panel with the select anywhere on the part. Make sure the merge solids or options selected. Do not click OK to accept the mirror. Simply orient the view with the front view, then turn the view on the side and hold down Alt with the press left arrow code, right arrow key 6 times. Open the new sketch front plane, heads up view manual. Make sure the head hide all types of non-selected show temporary axis. Draw the dimension of horizontal construction line shown 749. Result step 20. While construction line and select the sketch type, command tool sketch it needs to make sure the line appears in the curvature selection. Click in the text box, type Made in USA, your name of the company, your name and your company. Select the text and bold button. Use the document font option, change the font. Use your unit set the height at 175,000 of an inch. Click OK Sketch Text Property and click OK to exit the sketch. You can turn off temporary access display. Choose Insert Feature Wrap. You should be prompted to select the plane or sketch. View the Fly Out Feature Manager. Select the sketch created with the sketch to text in. Next, select the cylindrical face of the boss. Preview the text wrapped onto the face. The text appear backward, reverse direction onto the Wrap Property Manager. Select the Emboss Spot option. Assign the thickness of the core. 25 hundredths of an inch. Click pull direction selection box. Select the front plane. Click OK to accept features. Select the shape of the part. Close and likely. Examine the reference if you can find with the download material file name. Chapter 7 tutorial block bracket casting and the finished part in figure 750. Alright, the bottom line, SOLIDWORKS has a wide selection of types of shows with a ranging simple brick extrudes, involve more complex loft sweeps, some of the features, some of the options, many of the difficult of them to take all at once. You should browse the models of the downloads from the chapter of the rollback bar describing the detail in chapter 2 with the navigating SOLIDWORKS bar. To examine how the parts were built, you can try to create the few on their own. The best way to learn these features, give them practice parts with the experimental curiosity of greater teacher. Master it. Copy the part model from scratch. Lower link Bible Bike Chapter 7 solid part from the download material measure tool. Understand tool. Evaluate measure depending on the type of the work to do. Fill it feature for the important part of the job. Work through the exercise to get some of the practice. Fill it. Master 17 open. Master open Chapter 7 fill it exercise example solid part with the download materials in the chapter. Add fillets to all edges except the outer edge of the top plane. Remove the exit fillets necessary. Whether you create a lot of complex shape with do machine design, sweeps can be an important feature of the open Chapter 7 curved solid part. We examine how each of the feature was made. Roll back bar expands all the features. Use flatten tree option. Right mouse button number of the part or the feature manager. Use Control T to try to understand how much you made. Master it. The curves of the tricky part of this one. You should have 3D sketches helices curved. One sketch projected on one another, composite curve with two curves added together end to end. Recreate Chapter 7 solid part using own dimensions. Chapter 8, selecting secondary features.